Let us consider this problem from the Stanford Math Tournament 2022. We have to compute the floor of 1 over the sum 1 over 2022 plus 1 over 2023 all the way to 1 over 2064. But before we dive into the solution, let us recall first the definition of the floor function. The floor function, denoted by this symbol, the floor of x, is equal to the greatest integer less than or equal to x. If x takes a non-integer value, say 5.2, then the floor of 5.2 is just equal to 5, because 5 is the greatest integer less than or equal to 5.2. If x takes an integer value, say 6, then the floor of 6 is equal to 6. Now, how do we solve the problem at hand? Let us call the denominator a over b. So we will let a over b be equal to 1 over 2022 plus 1 over 2023 all the way to 1 over 2064. So the problem reduces to the floor of 1 over a over b, or the floor of b over a. Now we need to establish the lower and upper bounds for b over a, because this will allow us to determine the greatest integer that is less than or equal to b over a. Now, how do we do that? Now, observe that in this series, there are 43 terms. And the largest term is 1 over 2022, while the smallest is 1 over 2064. Now, if we add 43 copies of 1 over 2064, the sum must be less than a over b. In other words, if we have 1 over 2064 plus 1 over 2064 all the way to the 43rd term, 1 over 2064. So there are 43 terms again. This sum must be less than a over b. By similar argument, if we add 43 copies of 1 over 2022, the sum must be greater than a over b. In other words, a over b must be less than the series 1 over 2022 plus 1 over 2022 all the way to the 43rd term 1 over 2022. So here again there are 43 terms. Okay, now the leftmost series is equal to 43 divided by 2064, and this fraction is less than a over b, and a over b is less than 43 over 2022. This last inequality is equivalent to b over a greater than 2022 over 43 but less than 2064 over 43. 2022 over 43 is the same as 47 and 1 over 43. Now this fraction is less than b over a. On the other hand, 2064 divided by 43 is just equal to 48. So, this last inequality clearly shows us that b over a is between the integers 47 and 48. So, the largest or the greatest integer less than or equal to b over a is just 47. So the value of this expression is 47.